Good morning, everyone. Heartful welcome for today's session. Today is our last session with Mamta ma'am and Kaivalyadhama Yoga Institution. So, shall we ready for the practice? Yes? So, please, if you have any questions, any doubts, feel free to ask us on the chat, or you can send us email on hello@yoga4unity.com for any queries about yoga institution, about teacher, anything. Okay, so now I'm requesting Mamta ma'am to please begin this session. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. And since it is our last session to be working together, to be experiencing, practicing yoga together, I think we would just summarize and quickly go through the practices, important practices that we did through this week. So let's begin with the prayer first, and then we will begin with the practices. So let's settle ourselves as we are sitting nicely, comfortably, keeping our back comfortably straight. Opening our shoulders nicely, keeping them downwards. Our head, neck is in its neutral position. Let the breath be as it is, but let's be aware of it. Now let's join both our hands in Namaskar Mudra and start with the prayer. Breathe in. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanam Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vitvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Very gently release your hands and open your eyes. So let's begin today's session first with an asana that is easy camel pose, Saral Ushtra Asana. So for that, let's sit in Vajrasana. You can be sitting in your mat as it is. Divya has to show the position. That's why she's taking that direction. After Vajrasana, let's stand very gently on our knees. If you have any sort of issues with your knees, if you have even if you have a balance problem while standing on your knee, please avoid the situation. You can still be sitting and doing this practice. Now place both your palms at the back. Place them just above your hips. Either you can place your entire palm at the back, or you can just be holding sideways. Your thumbs pointing towards your back, your fingers pointing towards your abdomen. Keep your shoulders down and out. Now stretch your elbows maximum towards each other. Keep a comfortable distance between your knees, feet. And with the next inhalation, start raising your chin upwards and try to look at the back in a safest manner. Please keep your jawline closed but eyes open. Breathe here. Very gently start coming back to the standing position in the vertical line. And let's go into Shashank Asana as a counter position. So we are going to do these two practices as a dynamic movement. Once again, let's stand on our knees, start coming up very gently. Again, place your hands at the back. And with the next breath in, start looking at the back. Please do not close your eyes. You may lose your balance, a sense of balance. Keep your jawline closed. Feel the full stretch in your throat, chest region, and also feel the compression in your back. And with the next exhalation, start going down in Shashank Asana. So if you're sitting like how I am sitting, Then even while sitting there, you can do this practice with this position and then slide down in Shodhana. Last time, inhale. Be very careful with the balance. Very gentle. At any point, if you feel any discomfort, you can release. Inhale. Try to point your elbows towards each other. Relatively, try to push your hip bone little forward. And exhale. A nice forward bend. Your chest facing the floor. Your forehead pointing down. Jawline comfortably closed. Please come back to the previous position, standing on your knees. Now join your feet together, knees together. Let's sit in Vajrasana and let's release the position. So now we will start with Brahma Mudra, or maybe before Brahma Mudra, let's do Siddha Mudra. So for that, we know now that we have to place our both palms over the knees, and 4 actions happen simultaneously as we breathe in with forceful exhalation. Our eyes go to the mid eyebrow point, our tongue stretches out completely towards the chin rolls down towards the chest, and our hands, our fingers push the knees downward. Yeah? Okay, let's try. So let's breathe in and exhale. As per your comfort, without exhausting yourself, you will release the practice. And as a counter position, now we will practice the tongue lock, Jiva Bandh. So we have placed this upper surface of our tongue against the soft and hard palate. And we have kept our lower jaw slightly stretched down. You'll feel the stretch at the bottom of at the back of your tongue and the frenum. And release. And once again, Siddha Mudra. Breathe in. And release. Very gently we have to release and experience that stretch that we have created, that stimulation that we have created. And then we will go for Jiva. And release. Let's begin with Brahma Mudra. We will start with the side-by-side movement, and then we will go up and down. You can do it at your own pace also. So now that you know the practice, initially we keep the eyes closed and keeping our breath normal, keeping our shoulders down in line, keeping our hands on knees. We start, let's say, with the right direction. Start moving your chin towards your right shoulder. And as you reach over the right shoulder, you stay there for at least 1 breath. And with the next breath again, you start coming back to the center. And exhale and start towards the other direction. Be very careful and be very observant of the movement. Slowly start coming back to the center. Just be focused on the chin. How your chin is guiding your movement. With the next movement, we will start going upwards. This time, we have to especially pay attention to keep our jawline closed to get the maximum stretch. Please try not to drop your head at the back. And very gradually, let's start bending our neck forward. Our chin trying to rest in the jugular notch. The depression that we have in between, at the center of our chest, in between our collarbones. Right at the base of our throat. And then we start releasing this practice. We start coming back to the center and release. Since we have only a very short window of practice, we have done it only one time, but ideally we should practice it at least 3 to 5 times to get more experiential benefits. Let's move on, and now we will start with the next practice, that is Kapal Bhati. Today we are going to do 4 rounds of Kapal Bhati of 20 strokes each. At any point, if you feel discomfort, you feel fatigue, or you feel maybe mild pain in your abdomen or back, please release the practice. You can simply have normal, deep breathing with both nostrils. So as I mentioned earlier also, if you are you're having your menstrual cycle, or you're pregnant, or you have any sort of abdominal discomfort or back discomfort, please avoid this practice. Even people who have a high BP problem, they should also do Kapal Bhati with a lot of care and not a very forceful practice, but as a very mindful practice and very gentle practice. Let's take the sitting base. Let's be more and more comfortable. First, we will start with the awareness of our natural breath at this moment. Your palms are gently placed over your knee, therefore fixing your shoulders in the most comfortable position. Just observe your breath in your chest and specifically in your abdomen. Observe the exhalation. And now with the next exhalation, let's start with Kapal Bhati. With the active exhalation via the strokes below the navel. And as we have discussed, it's inward and upward movement. Exhale and start 20 strokes. The last stroke is a complete exhalation. Let's observe this pause. And let's start again with the next exhalation. Do not try to knowingly take the next breath in. Just observe the status of your breath at this point, whether there is a need to breathe in or you feel a natural pause. Observe the breath and observe the experience, the after effect of the practice. Stay with that experience for some more time, relaxing your shoulders down, keeping your back comfortably straight. And at times we tend to lean forward, so try to sit again back in your natural state. And with the next exhalation, let's go for the next round. 20 strokes. And stay there. Observe your forehead area, your throat, your chest, your abdomen. And with the next exhalation, we will go for the final round. Complete experience of the after effect of the practice, the after effects of the strokes at the below the navel region. The base of the breath or the pause of the breath, whichever may be the experience at the chest region. Complete experience of the flow of the breath. Is it an enjoyable experience? Or has it caused any sort of discomfort? Let's be honest with the experience and own it and try to settle it with the next normal breathings. Gradually, we will release the practice. We can keep our eyes closed and we can go for alternate nostril breathing. Nadi Shodhana pranayama. So let's place the Gyan Mudra in the hand, which we are going to keep over the knee. And the Pranav Mudra, that is folding the first two fingers at the base of the thumb on the hand, which we are going to use close over our nose. Now let's bring the hand close to our nose. And with the next exhalation, keeping this calmness of the breath as it is, we will inhale through the left, close the left, exhale through the right, inhale through the right, and exhale through the left. Please continue with the practice. We have discussed that we are trying to exhale double of the inhalation. So be very realistic with the ratio. No extra force, no extra effort, no sense of anxiety or restlessness, positive feeling. The criteria, or if you really want to judge how am I practicing, if your practice is not creating a positive feeling, a sense of encouragement, motivation, and lightness, then maybe we are going beyond our capacity. So accordingly, readjust. If one of our nostril is blocked, if we have blocked nose, then you can still breathe through both the nostrils, normal breathing, and be focused on the breath, the inflow and the outflow. And in that, you can double the exhalation. Try to double the exhalation. So as per your comfort, your capacity, we are our own very judge. So let's use our decision making wisely and continue with the practice. We complete one round of Nadi Shodhana by exhaling from the left cell. We will go for 2 more rounds. After completing your both rounds, please release your hand. And observe the breath. Observe the movement of breath in your chest region, in your throat, in your nasal passage. And then going back from nasal passage to throat to the chest region. Very gently release your practice. There is a saying, धीरे धीरे रे मना धीरे सब कुछ होए माली सींचे 100 घड़ा ऋतुआ में भर हो. It's like we have to be very calm and patient in doing anything. For example, even if Mali waters the plant 100 times, the plant will bear fruit only when the season comes. So we have to keep that level of patience in just doing our karma as per our capacity and ability, and without expecting the things to be fructified, because it will happen when the right time comes. And our whole practice is that journey for that time to come. Why we are saying this? Because now we are going for the next pranayamic breathing, that is Ujjayi, and we need to be even more gentle and careful with the breath as we constrict our epiglottis and we breathe through that constricted, partially constricted throat in and out. And now if we be too forceful with that practice, it may cause harm to our throat. So let's be very gentle. Let's be very calm, how much ever we can do, whatever may be the practice, we will only enjoy and feel the bliss in that practice. Okay? Chale. With that promise to ourselves, let's take the starting position. For any breathing practice, first thing first, we have to check our sitting posture. Let's place the Gyan Mudra in both the hands. Bring your awareness back to your breath in your nasal passage. Keep your abdomen slightly fixed for the breathing. And opposite to Anulom Vilom, this time your breath is going to have a hissing sound, a hollow sound that you may experience at both inhalation and exhalation. So let's begin with the practice. First, let's constrict, narrow down, partially narrow down our throat region. As if we have to suck in the air through the throat and not the nasal passage. That sort of gentle force we have to exert for the inhalation. Let's try. Let's begin. And exhale. In the beginning, you may not find your breath to be very deep, but gradually as you keep practicing, automatically, naturally, the duration of the breath will start increasing. So just continue with the practice for another 3 to 4 rounds. Try to keep a consistency of the flow of the breath. Do not exhale all at once. Like how you are inhaling gradually, even if it is just 4 seconds. Then exhale back gradually in the same duration of time. Let's do it 2 more times now. After your exhalation, let's release the practice. Observing our breath. Has the expansion of the chest become a bit more easy while inhaling? And what about the exhalation? For the next practice, we are gonna practice the Bhramari pranayama. We are gonna do a very simple variation. We will simply keep our mouth closed, jawline relaxed, and create a humming sound thrice. It has to be a very gentle, consistent sound, and experience the resonance and vibration within. So breathe in. Let's be silent. Let's try and keep our mind also silent for another couple of seconds. Completely absorbed in the resonance of the sound. Very gently, let's bring our hands in Namaskar Mudra. Keeping the sense of stillness, with which I have Om one time and Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Breathe in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. With the sankalp that we are going to keep the sense of awareness, calmness, stillness with us throughout the day as well. You may very gently release your hands and open your eyes. It's absolutely fine if you don't feel like saying anything for the next couple of minutes. Stay in that silence. Over to you, Shubhangi ji.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful session. And thank you so much for the whole week. Today we finished session with you, sorry. So we really enjoyed the session with you. And please, everyone, if you have any questions, any doubt, after a week also, if you want to know something about Kaivalyadhama Yoga Institution or the teacher, feel free to contact us on hello@yoga4unity.com. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining. We'll meet for the practice next week, 6 a.m. IST with different institution and different youth state on Zoom. And today evening, we are having session with Dr. Sri Verma. Today, he's going to talk about breathing. So please try to join us. And the session is going to happen in after 11.5 hours. So just according to your country, if you are able to join us, please feel free to join us on our YouTube channel as well, yoga4unity.com. So have a wonderful day, everyone. Namaste.